The first question, I think folks for the table straight away said this is our city and we need to take ownership. And what we looked at in terms of the whole table together was what was the vision that we wanted, and it was having a really attractive city centre, and we did short term, medium term and long term. And then for question 2, that worked really well for us in terms of looking at what things can we do together right now. So some of the ideas that came up were things like school tours. Children often leave Limerick to see other counties and stuff like that. It's to actually get them to stay in Limerick and do school tours in Limerick City and County. And also to get the children really involved, so even if maybe contacting schools, getting the school children to wear Limerick Local Hero t-shirts, so make them really feel that they're involved in this process as well. Another big thing was the transport. There's been a few people talking about looking at the transport system in around Limerick, but I think the big thing for this table is that we need to use the transport. So even if people get on the buses more, even if it's one more time or even start using it, that will make a difference. And bringing your children, bringing your family on the bus and getting into the centre that way. Another thing was that there's a few hundred people here tonight, but we also thought maybe it's a good idea to look at getting a survey out to households, businesses, tourists that are at the airport, into the schools as well, and ask them more questions, get more feedback from people, and get them really involved. Other things were things like, again, the Art College and LIT and UL and how we can maybe work with them. There's a lot of derelict areas in around the city, so possibly we get some of the art students for their projects to actually do up some of the buildings, do something artistic and cultural with those buildings so they're not left derelict. In terms of UL and LIT, some of the things that were said were that the incubation centres are based out in UL and LIT, is that why don't we get some of those incubation centres into the city rather than have them on the campuses out in UL and LIT. And also to look at having more community-orientated activities, even mini projects. There was one there recently with Jason McManus. Even people putting up Christmas trees together in their local community, so get people really working together. And finally, the last thing was that I think the table, we thought the idea of the point coming across from the big apple and the little apple was very good, and maybe just even get tax drivers involved in that and possibly painting taxis yellow or doing something like that to really kind of push that out another little bit as well.